everyone, I am back and I have my stack here of prepped backgrounds. I actually have a gazillion of these. I have some frames in here too. I'm going to move my frames because I don't know what I'm doing with all these frames still. Moving them to the side. But all of these are prepped canvases. They've either been painted a background color, or they're white, or they're taped, or there's something. See? I've got tons of them. Tons of them, see? All different sizes. So when I go to paint, I just randomly have stuff ready to go that I don't know what I'm doing. And like I said, they're all different sizes. And so I just kind of decide, what am I doing today? Do I want to paint like little tiny artist cards that I've done backgrounds on, or painted white and not done a background on? I don't know. Then I've got like these small ones, and some of them I've actually labeled, and then some of them, see, it's like a 5x7, so I've labeled them, the sizes. Some of them I've done like stuff and put tape, and some I've just prepped white, and I keep them all in this like little basket over here. And then these are mostly, I have the size written down somewhere, maybe not. Oh, these are 9x11.5. The reason why they're 11.5 and not 9x12 is because they were the ones that were like the spiral notebook. And I think you saw me paint this one, actually. And it had that, probably this edge, I cut it. It had that spiral. And I took them out of a book. And I didn't want to use them like that because, obviously, that would be bad for me. To have, like, little spiral things. So I cut them. And the length of the page was actually including the spiral thing. So now instead of being a perfect 9x12, they're a 9x11.5. Don't like that. These are some magnets I got in the mail that had like businesses on them, and I washed them off. Anyway, this one actually is a 9x12. And see, I didn't label it. I didn't label it yet, but you can see the difference in size is about a 1/2 inch right there. See? It's fine because if you put it in a frame, I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And we're definitely probably going to be putting things in frames, right? I mean, if you buy something that's on paper like this, it's got to go into a frame. And it's got to have a matte border around it, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just throwing it out there that it's not perfect. It's not the perfect size. Because the frames are normally 11x14. So, they're not. Like, because I wrote down average frame sizes. I don't know what I'm doing. I was trying. Okay? Okay. So these are a bunch of the backgrounds that I have that I'm going to go through. And see, I just pulled a bunch of colors and I'm just like, what do I want to paint? And so I have all of these like random backgrounds. So every time I get done painting, I just kind of make like a weird background and decide later when I'm painting what I want to paint. And I kind of like it because I'm like, you know, getting to use different like colored backgrounds and thinking about what I want to paint and what colors I want to use and where I want to put things. And they're all kind of, some of them are smeary and some of them aren't. Some of them are different. So this is kind of what I've been doing. And I feel like it really helps me to just be like looking at all of them and like going, wow, isn't that crazy? What am I going to do on that? And it looks very textured, right? But it's really flat because acrylic paint dries flat and doesn't have that like texture. So it looks textured, but really this is flat. And so I can paint whatever I want and it's not gonna like have to worry about like going over grooves and stuff. But just the way I did the paint, it does look very textured. Just like this one does. Like look, this looks like there's like lots of like, you would imagine like the paint, especially like here and stuff, it would be hard to paint over. It's not, it's all flat. So, let's go with this one. Just because you guys already saw me do it. You saw me do this one. So maybe I should use this one. So how I usually start is because I have like a little bit of like, I want things to be centered thing going on. And I feel kind of bad if it's like too off-centered and I'm not trying to be off-centered. So I'm going to come in with my little measuring thing. And this ruler, I don't think is correct. Because look, I put 9 inches right here and I'm like 1/4 of an inch off. So that always throws me off too. So I have to kind of like squinch out the edges because my cheap ruler is not perfect. So, and so if it's kind of 9 inches, then the middle would be kind of 4.5. And then from 4.5, I have decided I like 2.5 inches. So 1/2 right here, and then right there. And then over here, the half, 1, 2, and then right there. And I'm using a pencil because pencil is erasable, but also, okay, wait a minute. I can't see that line now. What did I do? What did I do? I should come down here into kind of the white spot and make that line. Wait a minute. 4.5. There we go. And then half of 7. Okay. So right around here. So I can see it. Because for whatever reason, I couldn't see it there. Okay. Now I just have to paint over my pencil line. It's fine. It's fine. And then I normally like to, give me a second. Where is it? There it is. I like to take my spray bottle and spray my paints. Because as I'm painting, I might decide not to use all my paints. And when I decide not to use all my paints, ooh, that is smelly. When I decide not to use all my paints, then they dry out as I'm painting. And then I go to use them and it's like crusty paint because I take forever to paint. Because I talk too much. So, I don't know. I think maybe, should I use purple? So how does purple feel? You know what? I think purple feels not good. I think I want to do blue. Because I've got blue in the background. So I think I'm going to flip this over. Because of course I am. And I'm gonna come in and just kind of swirl a little bit. And about to there. And then over here, I'm gonna dip my brush. I'm gonna swirl a little bit. Don't worry, I'm gonna paint over this later. And I'm gonna stop there. That's where I've decided that flower lives. And then over here, and the flower lives there. Oh, those are two centered. Oh, look at that. I accidentally stopped in almost the same place, which means I'm going to move this up a little bit and move this one up a little bit. There we go. So this one is going to end about here because I can paint over it a little bit. There we go. And now I have to decide what I want to paint. And I kind of feel like I want to go yellow. So on this one, I'm going to do yellow. And you see how well the yellow is covering everything, right? Yes, this is going to be a multiple coat thing. It's fine. It's fine. Because it's not that I'm using cheap paints. It's just yellow over dark. It just doesn't do good. What am I using? What yellow am I using? This is Royal Langnickel. So it's not cheap paint. I mean, you know, like, it's not like bottom of the barrel. And so I'm just roughing it in. And I can change my mind later. You know what I mean? Like, I might look at this and go, you know what? Actually, I think brown flowers might be better. And I might actually do that later. And it's fine if I put a yellow undertone and go and decide later that I want it to be brown. It's fine. It's all fine. And it's fine if I decide I don't like the blue and I want to go over it green. I am just basic and laying it out. I am going to go, and if you notice, I didn't paint anything like near the top, so I can go and hang this on my little board. Well, my wall. I have a wall with like ropes hung across and like clothespins, and so I put my partially painted things there to dry. And then when I come back, they're dry. I can do another coat. It's fine. And my paints will have not dried out. And I didn't mix any of these paints. These are all paints that are like straight from the bottle, not color changed. Which, of course, I will color change later. You guys know that, right? And I'll start mixing colors and making big messes. And yeah. But I have like a little plastic thing that I can put my palette in and hold it overnight. So anyway, that's too many minutes. Try and keep them between 10 and 15 because that's what I was told to do. So anyway, here it is. Here's me painting something. And yeah, isn't this ridiculous how long it takes me to do anything? Okay, bye.